Hello and welcome to Paris Craze. In this video, I would like to show you a way that you could repair the base or the root of your strap on a vintage Louis Vuitton such as this one. Now this one is a reporter bag, which is a very nice one because it's very practical. It's got very good depth, and it can serve as a men's or as a women's bag. So the whole purpose of this video is to show you that this is a very common problem right here, where the the one piece here that holds the hardware tends to break over time. So I hope that you will find this information helpful. Okay, this is a Louis Vuitton reporter bag manufactured in October 2001, so naturally you would expect to find some wear and signs of use. Upon inspection of this bag, I noticed that where the rivet is found, this leather piece is much newer. It is clear to me that this was a previous replacement that was very professionally done. The piece that I will attempt to replace in this particular project is much smaller in size and clearly matches the rest of the leather. To remove the piece, I will have to remove the stitches and remove the rivet. Before I get started, I would like to talk to you about the tools that I will be using: a seam ripper, utility knife, and some pointed nose pliers. I will get between the canvas and the leather piece with my seam ripper in order to remove the thread. Once I'm able to lift the leather piece, I will be able to expose the additional threads and be able to rip those. Now, in this stage, the leather piece has come loose, but it's still not allowing me to remove the rivet. So now I will attempt to remove the top layer of the leather piece. Once I've done that, I've got some space, but not enough to get inside between the leather piece and the rivet. So the best thing for me to do is now to remove the remaining leather piece. I will prop my metal ruler between the canvas and the leather piece in order to create a slit on the leather. This will allow me to remove it without damaging the canvas. Once I've done that, I've got as much room as I can have to be able to remove the rivet. I will prop the two pliers with a lot of patience, begin to expand the rivet until it's removed. At some point, I'm going to look through my remnants of leather to find the best piece for the replacement. It will be very difficult to find leather that's in the exact same stage of oxidation as the piece you see here, but that's all right. You can either try to find the closest shade or you can dye it later. I will create two templates, one from the leather piece I removed and one from the original replacement. This one will be done on the plastic that's typically found on chopping boards. The second template will be done on paper. This is usually done by putting the paper over the piece you wish to replace and tracing it with a crayon. Once you cut it out, you can use the same crayon to outline it on the leather that you will be cutting from. Here are the two pieces. I will be using a leather burning tool to create the edge. At some point, I will punch the hole for the rivet. To create your stitching holes, there are different tools you can use. You can use a chisel, like the ones you see on the left-hand side. I've decided to use a hole punching tool like you see on the right-hand side. When you're ready, you will place this on your brassware, fold it, glue it, and maybe even do the edge coat. I will be using some of Phoeben's products. I've decided to use the darker leather for this project. Before stitching, you must decide which thread to use. The most appropriate in this image is the one in the middle, but it's just not the right shade. And the one on the far right is just not appropriate for leather. Since I do not have the appropriate thread, I will be using the cotton thread you see on the far left-hand side. This is typically used to embroider on linen or cotton. I will be reinforcing the ends from top to middle, and I will be using a pearl head pin to guide me in the process, especially when I'm putting the needle from inside of the bag and outside of the leather piece. Like the original replacement, I will be doing 7 stitches on each side. I will then now place my rivet. This can be done at the beginning to be sure that your leather piece will not move from the place that you wish to have it in. And there it is, all done. Even though there will be other times when some of the other leather tears, for the time being this reporter has a little bit more life. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like this video and give it a thumbs up.